If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code Goblin for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. And this video is going to be a good one. I'm covering one of the super high power destruction assault rifles in this game right now. And I don't know why I called it that, but I'm hyped about this one because this is the FG42. And if you've ever thought about a high powered assault rifle, sort of like the Man of War, but definitely more powerful, this is the one. I'm going to be giving a class up, giving you tips, and talking about why this weapon is so dominant even after the nerfs. If you guys could drop that like, smack that like button, guys. 2,000 likes, of course, is the goal. And I gotta say, the people that are liking my videos, subscribing, I appreciate you guys so much. And if we could hit 2,000 likes, you know, when I wake up in the morning, check the likes. If I see that, it makes me very happy and starting the day out on a good note. So if we could hit that like goal, that'd be awesome. Sub to the channel if you guys are new. Let's talk about it. FG42 is a deadly assault rifle. Now, this one was so strong. They actually, you know, I guess by the game's qualification, they even thought this weapon was better than the bar for the fact that they hit it with the biggest nerf. So what happened in the last patch with the bar nerfs is they basically made the hip fire worse and they made the fire rate a little bit worse, which I guess is a fairly big buff. I guess is kind of arguable. But for this gun, what they did with this thing is they actually made the recoil, made it have more recoil, and they also made this gun have worse hip fire. So a pretty big nerf to this thing. However, the recoil still isn't that much. It bounces up and down, and that's sort of like you would get with a Man of War or something like that. It's pretty manageable recoil, and that's why I think this weapon is still so absolutely deadly. And I think it's unique because as a lot of the other assault rifles in this game have super fast fire rates, which make them great at close range, they have a bit weaker damage. You know, that's how you balance out fire rate, obviously, and damage are the two main things that come with the time to kill. This weapon has, you know, a normal sort of fire rate, which is sort of good because you don't run out of ammo as quickly. Of course, this one by default only has 20 bullets in each mag, but it also allows you to, at range, you can tap fire this thing, and you'll see me do it sometimes when they're deep in the spawn over here on this bridge and you're up by that little tank. You can tap fire and pick people off. This definitely is one of the most deadly assault rifles to use at a range, especially with this class setup, and that's what I'm going to design the class setup around today, is using at close range this weapon. While it's still deadly, it's going to be not as good as your other fast firing assault rifles or your SMGs. However, at a long range, medium long range, that's where this weapon shines, and that's where I designed the class setup around. So let's talk about it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is, of course, I'm going to be rocking with the infantry. Now, sometimes I will mix it up, but most of the time with assault rifles, it's best to stick with infantry, and that's just basically the way it goes. Everything around the infantry class setup helps with this gun, especially the fact that you have the bayonet. Now, I'm getting more used to using the bayonet. Of course, I use a scuff controller. Shout out Scuff, they just sent me a new controller in the mail, which is awesome. It's like an all green one, I guess, for GreenGoblinHD. Really awesome. Basically what Scuff is, I'm sponsored by them. You can use code Goblin, get 10% off their controllers, but I have a paddle on the back, one for jumping and one for knifing. So that knifing paddle works very well with the infantry bayonet. I'm getting more used to using that and basically having that go to work for me, and that's what I'm really liking with. As far as other things with this, infantry, of course, you want to have the stock on it. It works very well, and you want to have those extra magazines. All the other stuff that comes with infantry is pretty standard stuff that you want on an assault rifle, and that third attachment is something that really makes it hard to run away from the infantry class setup when you're using assault rifles. Third attachment is so damn key in a game where class setups are sort of limited. You need that third attachment. So, infantry. As far as those three attachments that I'm rocking with, let's talk about it. The first one is an obvious pick, extended mags. You have 20 bullets with this thing. It sucks. A lot of the rifles suck. They have 20 to 25 bullets, and when you're leveling them up until you get extended mags, I recommend using Hustle, but once you get it, you don't really need it because 30 is awesome on this gun, and that's basically how extended mags works. If you have 20 bullets, it's going to take 50% of that, so 10, and add it on, 30. That's why sometimes, like, with the guns that, like the M19 has a 25 bullets, with extended mags, it's 37, which is sort of an awkward number, some people would say, but that's basically the math that it does. You know, half, you add another 50% on. So 20 bullets will become 30, which is absolutely huge because this gun only takes a few bullets to kill. That is major key. Next one is going to be the quick draw. Now, you guys may be wondering, why do I run quick draw over grip? And that was my decision here. Grip can help this gun. However, even after the nerfs, the recoil is controllable. It's a bounce up and down. If you ever play with the Man of War in BO3, you're going to be able to control that recoil. And of course, that only comes into a play at, you know, really long ranges where that recoil is going to hurt you. Quick draw comes into play, helping this gun at closer medium ranges where it's kind of weak. And that's why I chose to rock with this. You know, you want your class setup to be designed around the strengths of a gun, but you also want it to be something that can help bring up the bad things about a gun. Quick draw is very good on assault rifles, and that's why I rock it on this thing. Next one is going to be, this is the major key, and this is what completes this class up right now, a very, very overpowered attachment, which is the advanced rifling. And it's really overpowered on assault rifles because a gun like this that's made for long range, that advanced rifling will basically at a long range, it's going to take one less bullet to maybe even two less bullets at a super long range to kill people, which is absolutely huge for picking off people on this map. You know, there's people sniping, there's other people with LMGs poking out or ARs, and having that advanced rifling, that extra bullet can be the difference, and it's a major, major key to having this. You see me bayoneting people all over the map on this because, you know, the bayonet, it has quite a bit of lunge on the bayonet, and I definitely think it's something that everyone needs to get used to knifing. Obviously, it's a lot easier with the scuff controller, but even if you have to go up to hit circle or B, you can still get it done. So that's my 3 attachments on this thing. Of course, the bayonet is the 4th attachment. Now, secondary, nades, pretty much standard, whatever you want to run. I'm just rocking with Semtex and machine pistol extended. It's whatever you guys want to run on the secondary. But the basic training here is a key, which is lookout. And this one is unique. I don't think I put this on any other class setup except for my sniping one I did earlier today. You guys should check that out if you want to know how to snipe. Now, lookout completes this class setup because what lookout does is it allows enemies' names to pop up from a longer distance away, basically. So it gives you what Marksman did in MW3, which is huge because this is a gun that you want to be using at a medium to long range, and being able to spot those enemies out at longer ranges is a major key. Plus, lookout also makes your minimap a little bit bigger, I think it does. So having that on is a key as well, because the minimap in this game is kind of booty cheeks. I don't know why they went away from, you know, the traditional square rectangle minimap and made it this circle minimap. It kind of bothers me. I guess they wanted to get that more World War II feel, which is understandable. I mean, you guys let me know in the comment section down below. I guess that'll be the question for today's video. Do you guys like the new minimap, or you prefer how it was before? And that's basically that. Lookout completes this class setup awesomely, and on something where you primed could be useful, but you don't really need that 4th attachment. Hustle, you don't need to reload because you're gonna have 30 bullets with this extended mag class setup. You could run something like a flak jacket hunker, but I just find that lookout is absolutely awesome. And on the class setup, it's one of those ones that you always want to run, but most of the time you can't afford to put it on because there's other things that are of more importance. On this class setup, you can definitely in there get a split quad feed. It just shows the power of this gun. That was with all 30 bullets, split quad feed. The power of this gun is monumental, and that's what I love it for. So you need to make sure you're picking this gun with this class setup. It's definitely the best class setup on the right maps. This is made for your bigger maps, guys. This is one that, for example, Gustav Cannon, everyone hates that map, but that map is made for sniping pretty much. If you don't want to snipe on that map, you can rock a class up like this and be able to pick people off at longer ranges because of the advanced rifling and because of the damage at range on a gun like this and the slower fire rate. Now, as far as that map, Gustav Cannon, what really sucks about that map, to be honest, I'm just going to rant about it for a second, is the fact that the top area, you can't wallbang the metal up there. So people can just sit on there on head glitches and duck in and out. And it actually, I don't know what they were really thinking with that map. It's kind of like Wasteland gone wrong. Wasteland from MW2 was either a bad map or a good map, depending on how you liked it. And I find that this map is just, while it is good for snipers, Gustav Cannon, because a sniper can get up top and exploit, it's really not a fair map at all. And that's why I think in Ground War it would honestly be a decent map, and the fact that they don't have Ground War in this game is kind of disappointing, but that's where I stand on that. Now, this class setup is super awesome, and I definitely recommend using it. You can see here I get, I think, 66 kills I get here on Ardennes Forest, so it's pretty good. And that secondary is deadly at close range. Even though they nerf the damage at range, the machine pistol, I just love it because you can see whenever I'm out of ammo and I'm stuck in a reload, or even in close range situations, if I was going to infiltrate a building, since the hip fire is ass on this gun, and the close range combat is kind of bad as well. Basically, all you have to go off of is, you know, get lucky and kill them because the enemy isn't competent, or getting that knife kill. But if you whip out that secondary, you can easily push with that too. So it's sort of like how in BO3, you guys know how I would talk about the M8 and the RK5. The machine pistol is sort of the RK5 of this game. Of course, it's not a burst weapon, and I'm kind of disappointed there's no really burst ARs in this game, which really sucks. They really went all out with fully autos and semi-autos when I wish there was some sort of a burst weapon. But still, at the same time, this class up is made for that long range, and the bayonet and your machine pistol secondary are your saviors at close. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys could drop a like on this thing, 2,000 likes would be amazing. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, and you know, smack that like, sub for Cookie and Don't Looky, and I'm out. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.